Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, our car up again this morning is, I don't know if you guys heard me before. Um, it's a 2010 BMW 5 Series, 535i. We are definitely doing rear brakes and rotors and sensors, but I also have to check the front here to see if it requires um, brakes. I can see that there is a very large lip onto the rotor here, and also I test drove it to test to see if there was pulsation. I felt roughness. The tire here has high and low spots. You know, as I'm running my hand on it, so that's what I was feeling. But they're two different sizes, so I don't know if we're going to be able to rotate or not. Okay, so I'll see you in the field. Let's get these wheels off. Putting a little grease in the gun. At least once a week I like to grease them. Put a little oil in them, you know. Make sure that they work. Tools of the trade. Don't neglect. Now, I removed one of the studs. Yes, the locking stud rather. And I put these dowel pins. I put one on the bottom. Reason being is once you remove the studs, because this is a stud type thing, the wheel is you're gonna have to catch it. Now, if you know BMWs or any vehicle that uses this type of situation, you will know that they always stick to the hub. Then you get that effect. So you got to take out your trusty mallet. One hand. I didn't even see it, but I hope you did. Okay, what we're looking at here is the inside pad, and this is your brake sensor. This is what, when it touching, as you see it touching the rotor, it sends a signal to the computer in the car saying that, hey, I need brakes, and put brakes on me now, save my life, save your life, we need us to stop. Yes, so this is what the inside looks like. Regardless of whatever the outside looks like, the inside is already touching. Now, if you notice, yes, let's see if I can get it for you. You have this little dot right here. You see them? Those are called heat spots, and there are a few more around. But check out this lip. You see it? Yeah. So we're going to recommend front brakes and rotors, and we already have the okay on the rear, so we're going to take the rest of the wheels off and see what we could do. Yes, good morning again. We are back. All the wheels are off on the BMW. Now, with this particular model, it is not electronic parking brake. When I say electronic parking brake, I am talking about the caliper. The caliper is not electrical. see, there isn't an electrical motor in the back section here of the caliper. So we don't have that issue to worry about. This little cap piece, we'll remove them. And I believe that it's an Allen key 7mm. Yes. Now, you can use air on this thing, but I'm going to show you why it's not a good idea to use air on these particular sliders. So first things first, loosen your bolts. Don't take them out, just loosen them, okay? Now, you have this bracket piece here, all right? I use my smallest pry bar or your biggest flathead screwdriver. You put next to the rotor in the center and press inward. Please keep your hand over it when pressing in. This thing will fly and come to your face. Try to keep your finger on it. You know, you want to prevent, if it flies, coming back to your face. Okay? You want to see what you're doing, so I understand. Okay? So when you push down, it unlocks little locking pins that go here. These pins here. Yes? Okay. All right. Just now, I said to you to loosen the bolts by hand. I don't use air. I'm not too particular on the cordless ratchet on these particular things, but I also do know that it's time consuming. So once it's loose, yes, you can use cordless on there. Don't use air on these. Do not use air on them, especially installing them. Good for removal, on the installation, practice before attempting, okay? Start at the top. Place your hand on the top. See all of this black stuff here? Okay. One second there, sir. 1 second. These are the sliders that go inside of the caliper. Yeah. So definitely have to carry them to the wheel and have them cleaned up. We need this to be running nice and smooth. Okay. We'll be right back. All right. Check this out now. We're gonna find this. So that's our pad there. See? Okay. Hoses directly straight, no curves. So we could leave them hanging just like that. Yeah, I would say it's just about time. All right. So we're gonna use our 18mm swivel short with our 1/2 inch stubby. Yes. It uses a 6mm Allen key here. All right. So this is our e-brake shoe. It looks to be in pretty good condition. So we're just gonna blow them clean, retract our caliper. And there is something I'm going to show you on the installation. Here is our caliper bolts. They are medium thread. I'm going to use some Loctite on them on installation. this style of brakes. Yes, this is the inside. Be sure, well, it only could go one way, to be honest with you. But obviously, this is the inside. You push it inside of the caliper before putting the caliper back on. This one, inside. All right, we are back. There's something that I would like to show you guys. I want to show you how I prepare this style of caliper for reinstallation. Now, here is our slider where the sliding pins goes in. Yes? Now, there's something that I've noticed over some time. So they come out dry, they get stuck. So I place a rag using my blaster silicone spray. Fill them up all the way to the top. Yeah? Let them sit there. You know, as you see it going down, you can remove your hand because you want in there to get properly lubricated. So now I take my trusty Allen key Gijima Bob thing and I grease him. Yes, quick lesson. Now it works. Yes. Now it gets nasty when you're putting them in and all of that stuff there. Now put them back in, push them through. As soon as I feel them touch the bottom here, take my Allen key out. Yes, and I do the same thing for the opposite side. Hold them in place. Now this one overflowed. Perfectly fine. Just wipe them off. Let it drain down. Wipe off your excess. Put the slider back inside. I took it to the wheel and cleaned it up real quick. Now you notice that it's up like that. Yeah. Reason being I go on an upward motion is because when we are installing it, we are going to be pushing it downwards. So everything down the bottom here will come to the top. Yes? All right. Get your off of it. Now, if you notice, it didn't come all the way through, but they are in there. The reason why I did that is so that, yes, all right, real quick. That was just something real quick I thought you should see. All right, now let's install our rotor. I'm not going to adjust it because on my drive in, it was already applied and I checked it. It doesn't need adjustment. Okay, where's our screw here? No need for excessive. Okay. Okay, I cleaned up our caliper brackets, all the gump and stuff that was here in these areas. Yes. Let's put it on. Gotta catch a bolt. All right. Hand tight till he gets to a mating surface. There we go. Catch our top. And this will apply for the same thing for the passenger side. Now, let's get our 1/2 inch done. Now, seeing that, so this is a has Loctite on there. We're gonna turn our gun down to setting number 2, forward motion. We only need to hit it and that's that. Now I don't grease my pads. As I said before, recommended, I do not grease them. Greasing them creates squeak, my opinion, so I do not. And I have not had a vehicle come back where to say that it says, okay. Now, remember when I said I do not use air on these things? Reason being is because the threads are very, very short, and you have to feel when is it that it comes to a stop. It is a must that you feel it when it comes to a stop. So on installation, I don't use air or that's why I was using the wrong size. I'm wondering why it's not bolting up. So I hand tighten them. Yes, I don't use Loctite, and I don't use air. No cordless. 3/8 ratchet. 1, 2. 1, 2. I don't know if you saw that, but the reason why I don't use air or cordless ratchet on installation of the sliders on BMW is because the threading to the caliper bracket is too short. It's easily missed, can jump threads. The whole entire thing has to be replaced. You would have to replace this bracket and its studs. Okay, all right, you want to put your caps back to be sure. Now see how free it moves? The sliders are good. Yes? Okay. Now, remember this little bracket piece that we took off? They come with a new one. Yes? It's because it keeps the tension locked on the caliper so that this way it doesn't do this. You know. Alright. So, personally, this feels a little bit thinner than the original BMW material. Put the top side in, bottom where my thumb is, on the outside of the bracket. Press in. Yes. If you want more of a reassurance, and that's the rear brakes, driver's side, BMW. Yes? Okay. Passenger side has a sensor on there, so I'm just going to show you briefly about the sensor, and then we can move to the front. Okay, so this is the sensor on the passenger rear. Brake sensor there, you see there? He's already touching the rotor. All right, so, and it has a route that it goes to, and then it goes to this little box here. It's plugged in to this box here, right? You want to blow out the debris from inside of here and try to spray some, you know, something to free up this because it breaks here. They're very brittle. So spray a little lubricant, you know, so that this way you don't break the tabs. And the wiring here also. So, and pay attention to how is it that this wiring goes. Yes, very important to get to that.